Hello, fellow gamers. So if you haven't been on the up and up, the Fun Pimps have been doing a regular stream format this year, which I have to admit is actually a much improved format over previous years. So big cheers to the Fun Pimps on that. They've been entertaining streams. But the one thing I find is that the streams are incredibly long. The first one on my, I think it was Friday. Anyway, it was 3.5 hours long. I actually fell asleep during halfway through it. Woke up in the morning, watched it again, and then had to rewatch the first part. So I ended up watching it, and I started making notes on it. And by the time I had all my stuff together, they came out with another stream. So we're going to be covering Monday night, the 15th stream here, and going quickly over what was covered. It was a 2.5 hour stream, so I'll try to condense that down a lot quicker for you guys. Okay, so we started out with a stream here. Joel Heunink and Lathan Meadows started out this stream introducing themselves once again. And the whole purpose of this stream was to introduce you guys all to the individual artist and the zombies that they're working on and the new zombies they're putting in the game. So if you do want to catch this stream and you have 2.5 hours to spare, definitely hit it up. They go real in depth. We're going to be just really skimming over the information here. You want to go to twitch.tv/foobar_prime and you'll be able to find the recorded video there.
Making HD characters for the game. We have in the house lead character artist Joey Struve. We have character artist Keanu Rendon. We have senior character artist Joel Byington and senior character artist Brett Briley here. But before we let them show off their work.
So cutting out the fluff here, the next person they introduce is Joey Struve, and he works and shows off his progress here on Zombie Bow, which is kind of cool because you do get to check out a different screenshot of the 3 different zombie bows over the year. I'm really looking forward to seeing these in game.
Lead character artist on 7 Days to Die. We also work on other things like the vehicles and environment props, environment textures, things like that.
So here we can see the 3 different zombie bow models, 2014, 2016, and 2020. I remember the 2016 upgrades. That's wild. Anyway, they haven't gotten all of the models here, but from information from what Richard said, was that they have 19 models pretty much ready to go here. So we should expect 19 new models for Alpha 19, and then they're going to be finishing off the rest, of course, in the next Alpha. And then here we actually get a good look at the face model, and then they actually zoom out to the body model and let you see what the actual zombie looks like. I think it looks great in my opinion. So this is not the only one he's worked on. He's also worked on
Zombie Moo. So he's kind of a bigger, slobbier guy.
So they really didn't go on too much about Zombie Mo, but I think it looks great. He has a great expression on his face. But they get to move on to something really exciting, and that's vehicles and vehicle modification. Now, this isn't going to be a feature in Alpha 19, but they do kind of get a little bit ahead of themselves in these streams, so I'll have to try to separate it as much as possible for you guys here. Some of it slid by me, too, so if I'm incorrect, let me know down in the comments. That helps us all out. Okay, so let's check out these vehicles and the vehicle mods.
Except of the motorcycle that's in there. And that's kind of the motorcycle without the armor. There you go. The next image has the armor. And so this is kind of a design in a modular way to where, you know, you can find different parts in the world and put this motorcycle together. And so that's the just the concept, just the drawing of it. And you go next image, it'll show the high poly model of that. Just kind of showing the process, you know, go from concept to high poly model. And then the next one is the in unit version with the texture on there. So that's the one that's in game. So it's kind of showing the process.
It looks sweet. I will say that Alpha 19, it looks a lot from a modeling program to in game. They look the same now. They look a lot closer anyway to not having a difference between the modeling program and in-game unit
doesn't have to suffer as much like it did with the gamma lighting.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. And I think I threw some images in there of some of the block textures, Try to remember what's next.
That's what's next.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's another vehicle, the Jeep.
So by now you can kind of get the feeling for how long this stream actually went on, but there was a bunch of good information. Honestly, I rather enjoyed it. Seeing the vehicles was really cool. They did also show some new things too. They finished, or they did new arm and hand models for the characters, so they look much better. We got some new bookcases. The blocks, they show a couple steel blocks, and these things look pretty damn good with the new shaders on them. So they introduced the next character artist, Keanu Rendon, I believe it's
We'll
pronounced.
give Lathan a chance to put it up, and we'll let Keanu tell him a little bit about his background, and he's joined the team this year. Hi,
Hey,
Keanu.
how's it going, guys? So my name's Keanu. I joined the team pretty recently. I'll say about 3 months. So I was able to kind of get one zombie in for this build.
So Keanu here, he did a new Yo zombie, and honestly, I'm really impressed by this zombie as well. If you guys check it out, we can see several different models of it. They're going for more of a rancher-style zombie, turning Yo into a rancher, and I honestly think they did pretty damn well. They do have some concepts coming up, like the new businessman zombie, which I think looks pretty damn cool. And here we go. You can hear Joel, or not Joel, I'm sorry, his brother, Rick, sometimes I have a hard time separating them, comment on 12 to 13 new character models ready to go.
There could be up to like 12 or 13 HD characters that make it into Alpha 19, plus the male, plus the arms.
So the next artist they introduce is Joel Byington. Let's see what he has to say.
Screen up. I'll let Joel tell a little bit about his background and what he does.
You're
Hey,
up.
everybody.
There he is. Not
All
to be confused with the Mad Mole. This is different Joel.
Hey everybody, I'm Joel. I'm a pretty recent addition here at Fun Pimps. Started about the time Keanu did, maybe a little bit later. I have a background in traditional fine arts, but I've been working in the video game industry for about 15 years now. I've worked at some studios, Ready at Dawn Studios. I did work on Doom at id Software. Previously at Discord and Robot Entertainment. And I'm happy to be with the Fun Pimps making some cool zombies.
So Joel here went to show off his process and working on the Hungry Lady zombie, and this is a new model for it here. I think she actually looks pretty good, and she also looks good in game too. I believe we see her actually at the end of this recap. Now, next thing is the stripper zombie. We had different variations of that. We had one early on, I believe it was Alpha 15 was the last time we seen it topless. And then we seen another version which was covered up. But honestly, guys, I'm not down for a whole bunch of like censorship and whatnot. But they introduced this zombie. This is going to be the nightclub zombie, like the walk of shame zombie, pretty much. I think it's a little classier. If they're going to go with like the cliche of that style, they may as well go with this. I think this is actually a much better solution. There's going to be a huge mixed opinion on that, and I know that, but hey. I think it's improvement. That would be terrifying coming at you. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. They introduce the next artist, Brett Briley, if that's correct. And let's see what he has to say.
Up we have Mr. Thanks, Joel. Your work's looking fantastic.
Yeah. No, it looks great.
Thanks, I'm happy to be here.
We're in, you guys, Big Mama will be in Alpha 19, so you guys are going to get a chance to fight against Big Mama. Mr. Brett Briley's up right now. He came on a few months back.
Yeah.
We've decided to expand our team. Fun Pimps have grown quite a bit. We want to go gold in style, and we want to work on some other projects. So the team is bigger, and we're moving. So
Okay, so
thanks for joining us, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Brett Riley. I've been in the film and game industry for about 20 years, coming from Disney. I have about 30 titles plus. I quite a NDA titles I still can't announce, but I joined the Fun Pimps about 4 months ago and had the pleasure of actually joining some of my old team members from id Software, where we worked on Doom and Rage and a couple other Wolfenstein as well too.
Brett, you need to speak up a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you can check out my website if you want. It's bbriley.com. That kind of goes over top of my history since I'm one of the older dogs. But I joined back in March, working on quite a few of the zombies so far, enjoying myself quite a bit.
So this artist here is just absolutely on fire. He's gotten out a whole bunch of zombies. He's even mentioned to be too the quickest artist they have, which is really damn cool. So we're going to be going over the ones he's done here. They look pretty damn awesome. Let's flip through those. He's done a new zombie Marlene, which actually has a dangling eyeball. They do plan on making that dangling eyeball moving once the motion artist, I forget what they're called, but once those guys got their stuff together and can actually go into it, they'll do that. But the zombie Marlene with the dangling eyeball, pretty damn cool. We got a new Darlene, a new zombie Steve, a new Joe zombie, and my personal favorite so far, because this zombie has been a pain in my butt since I've started playing the game, and I said this is such a pointless zombie. I hate it. They have changed, or they're going to change, the crawler zombie. Look at this thing. This is all sorts of epic. I love this one. So next they go to show off the different versions of zombies, and eventually they're going to be phasing out the radiated as a mass endgame zombie, which is cool. Because I like the radiated zombie, but once you get to endgame and that's all you get, it's just kind of boring, you know what I mean? So they're going to be adding like endgame bosses and stuff and taking that away. But let's hear what he has to say about that.
This is just the 3 different versions of the different of her in game. So the far right one is the normal, and then the transitions.
Just so you all know, the 2 on the right there, the normal one, the feral, then the radiated. The two on the right are going to stay, but as we get more special infected, the kind of reskinned radiated stuff's going to go away. We're going to be doing more special affected ones instead.
So shortly after that, we actually get to the exciting part where they start spawning the actual zombies into the game, and we get to see them in real time instead of just pictures of them. So let's go ahead and start rolling that footage.
Oh, come on.
Wherever the sun is, or turn
Yeah, we'll just turn around. That's fine. Okay. So Arlene is first?
Yeah.
I called you. Okay. There she is, everybody.
And
so, okay, let's, you want to just spawn the next one?
yeah, why don't you go right next to her there and spawn Darlene.
You don't want to do Bo? Or did we already showed Bo, didn't we?
Oh, go ahead and put Bo in, that's fine. I have a list here, and I was just trying to make sure I got them all.
Okay, so there's Bo, everybody. So angry. So let's see, what's the next one?
Darlene.
Darlene. Okay, so there is Darlene, everybody.
Yeah, she's scary.
Yeah, okay, so...
Next one would be Marlene.
Marlene. Okay. That is Marlene, everybody. Oh, look, her eyeball's hanging out like we said.
Here's Marlene. This is another one that Brett had shown. Very cool. Mr. Joe now. Zombie Joe.
Oh, there he is. Look at him.
Yeah.
Oh, these look great, guys.
They do. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Next up is Mo. Mo better Mo. Mo better Mo. Mo better Mo. Oh, he's nasty.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway, next up is Keanu's Mr. Yo.
Mr. Yo.
Yo, Mr. Yo is in the house.
Ooh. Yeah, see, that one looks nice, everybody.
There he is. He's creepy.
Yep. That is creepy.
Next up is Zombie Steve.
Zombie Steve. Hey, what's up, Steve? How you doing, man? How are you doing?
Oh, there's Steve. Steve's great.
Yeah.
Your arms. I mean, grab your stone axe or something and show or fist or something. Maybe you turn it back today. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go to fists. Well,
or fists, yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, Crawler's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of fun seeing all the new zombies and the player arms, and they go off here to show the new auto shotgun too. I really do like the head explosions. They look pretty damn cool. There we go. I would love it if like the dangly eye one, the eye would come flying out. That would be the icing on the cake. But yeah, this weapon is pretty damn cool too. And next up is the new Trader Joel model. Let's check that out.
But you guys can maybe we'll hear that on next Wednesday.
Yeah, I figured I would turn that on whenever Zach was here.
So this is HD Trader Joel. Put your torch out. Let's see what it looks like, or show off the camera FOV when you talk to him. Lathan did this little feature here.
Yep.
You can see he's HD now, and he looks worlds better.
Now, this is my personal favorite part of the stream. They had me so pumped. They're saying, okay, now we got swimming zombies, which is neat because one way of getting rid of Horde Night is pretty much just standing in the water, right? Unless you have cops and stuff shooting up at you. But even still, a lot of people avoid Horde Night this way, and I find it funny. Whatever, if you want to do it that way and it was available, it's your game, right? But they do have a new swimming zombie now, and it was like about 5 minutes of just complete fail. They did this really weird animation along the bottom of the water, but finally, eventually, they found out that the zombies would actually swim straight up at you. So what they do is run along the bottom, and then once they got underneath you, they would go straight up, kind of like they would dig down straight at you kind of deal, right? So it should be interesting to see if that's like the end state of it, which I hope not, but see if that gets fixed here. But swimming zombies is actually a really cool concept. Next up, if we could just get swimmer player animations, that would be great. So they started showing off here the new sprite system, which they actually covered extensively in the first stream. So we're not going to go over it too much here, but you can see some of the icons. He goes through and he does a quest to retrieve, and you can actually, once he gets close to the satchel, you can see a little sprite on your screen. What that is, it's just kind of like a marker, right? Like a live marker that you see through any object, and it's just always there. There's a lot of controversy over this. Some people want it on, some people want it off. They don't have the option to turn this off, but I've been thinking as soon as Alpha 19 comes out, because you can edit through XML, what I'll do is, because there's like a 50-50 split, it was insane. What I'll do is I'll make a mod that actually takes it out for the people who want it. I think that sounds like a solution. Anyway, moving on from there, they go ahead and start showing off the Trader Bob concept, and then they go into some like they skim over pretty much like the what they're going to be bringing in the future. We're going to be getting the Duke, so they're going to finally have like the storyline, the Raiders, and everything. So they kind of start going into the Duke. Let's see what they have to say about that.
So the next concept, or is that? Yeah, the next concept is this is the main protagonist in the game. You're going to see in a couple of alphas yet. This is Duke Cassador. He is the bad guy in the world that's taking over through muscle, and we're working out the details of progressing through the trader chain. By the way, Alpha 19 has trader to trader quests that will open routes, and you'll get to work with new traders and find out where they're located in the world. After you do enough quests for the first trader you meet, you'll do more. But the plan for progression is after you do enough quests for all the traders, you get the attention of the Duke and Noah Wright, the main good guy in the game and the main bad guy in the game. You know, both of them want to hire you, and you'll end up getting to do quests for them of different types.
The two factions, yeah.
Yep. Yes.
So as you can tell, they have pretty grand plans for what they want out of 7 Days to Die here. So we're finally seeing some actual raiders. We're starting to see some concept art. They threw a whole bunch of stuff at us here. They went on a little lengthy about it, but that pretty much gives you the overview of it. Basically, they show us some different costumes from the different factions and explain that, you know, the more armored ones are going to be harder to kill. They're going to hit harder. Just kind of like the endgame zombies too, which is pretty neat to see. And that pretty much concludes the entire stream. What they did from there was they took about a 35-40 minute question and answer session. There wasn't really, I watched it, but there wasn't anything too crazy covered. They pretty much just re-answered questions that were covered during the 2.5 hour stream. So there we go, guys. 2.5 hours condensed down into 20 minutes. I did my best. I tried not to be lengthy as well, but sometimes it can be hard. Anyway, if you did enjoy, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay classy, everyone.
No matter what you people say, I'm gonna do my thing my way. No matter what you people do, I'm gonna do my thing much better than you. No matter what you say or do, oh boy, you're out of luck. It's gonna roll right off of me like water off the back of a duck. And I go, yeah, I go. Yeah, I go.
Good boy.